Talking with the experts.
The best thing that I can think of is probably just get a really simple website that describes what you do, where you're based, and how to contact you. Right? Just think really, really simple. Okay, and then get a Google Map listing, which is free. I think it's Google. If you just Google My Business, you can then link it yourself, right? Get a Facebook page, and then it depends on your business, but things like Pinterest or Instagram or even Twitter are really, really good. And then it's about making connections. So if you say you're a plumber, just because it's nice and simple, the best way probably if you're having to go online, you're probably still able to go out and do work, but you may not have the facilities like real estate agents who are open who can refer you business. So you're a bit out in the cold.
Talking with the experts.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosesdavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. And you can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And if you feel up to it, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to ding the little bell to let you know when I have new recordings uploaded. And today my guest is Ashley Saunders, and we are going to be discussing digital marketing because people still don't get how to do it. And as I said to Ashley before I came on, if everyone knew how to do it, then they wouldn't need him. So, So Ashley, in the last decade, has launched an ebook publishing company, a global e-commerce shop, and started the current brands in the AJS Digital Group's portfolio. He's also built countless websites for a range of clients and advised many on how to develop and implement a digital strategy for their business. Outside of work, he's a little bit of a naughty. He plays the guitar, he plays tennis, and he likes exploring country houses. Welcome, Ashley, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Good,
So tell me about your guitar playing.
So I left school and I'm a little bit rebellious. I didn't go to university. I went to music college instead. I know, scandalous. And so I went off to London, did that for about 5 years and got some stuff released out in Japan. I wrote for one of the biggest boy bands out in Japan called Wins. Played all over London, didn't really make any money, made more money teaching than I did from playing gigs. So I came back to Bath, where I'm originally from, and kind of fell into digital marketing.
So what got you into digital marketing? I mean, playing guitar and writing songs is a hell of a different sort of life than, digital marketing.
So I moved back when I was about 21, 22. I just kind of had to make money. And so I was looking on ways to start businesses, etc. And I just realized that I could kind of turn my talents into writing ebooks, which is the first kind of thing that I did. So I wrote about 30 different guitar ebooks. And that kind of got me into digital marketing. And then I started to build websites off the back of that to promote the ebooks. I just absolutely fell in love with building websites and ranking websites and writing content and digital marketing in general. And so that's been the last kind of decade of my life.
What a turnaround.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit, why is it that people still don't understand digital marketing? I mean, especially, in the last decade, really, digital marketing is becoming to the fore. And in the last 5 years, and particularly the last 2, it's been so important, and people still don't get it.
So I think a lot of people are still very offline, and that's what they're safe with. And I think they feel really unsafe of what the internet could do for their business and what it could do for them and the investment required. And what's really, really interesting is I help moderate a Facebook group to do with digital marketing experts who I've been following now for 7-8 years. And because I'm one of the admins, I get to see all the people that want to submit and join the group. And the most common question I get in those forms is, I don't have the money, how do I get started? And to me, and this is a little secret for you, I've never started a business with more than about $100, right? £100, right? And so I'm awfully confused when I see these people say, I don't have enough capital. I'm thinking, well, you don't need capital to start online, because the cost of getting hosting is probably $50. Getting a domain name is probably around kind of $15, $20. And that's all you need. And everything else you can either hire somebody in, obviously it would cost money, or you can learn yourself. And it's just like anything with marketing, it's a skill. Once you've done it enough times, you then kind of get the hang of it, and it's repeatable, right? And so, it baffles me as well why people haven't got it. But I think it's the fear thing, and people think, what do I need to do? And it's also quite interesting. I follow a guy called Drayton Bird. I have done for many years. He's one of the best copywriters in the world, based in the UK here. And he launched a course years ago when courses were just becoming kind of popular. And he openly admitted on his website, I have no idea about the digital world, but I do know how to write copy. And so all I'm doing is collecting emails and then sending my best copy to those emails. And so he said, I'm just transferring my offline skills onto online. And then if an old git like me can do it, why can't everybody else do it? And I think that kind of resonates, doesn't it? And I think marketing is marketing, regardless of the media, right? So it doesn't matter if you're shoving your name on a billboard, shoving your name on the back of a bus, or you're building a website with your brand name. It's the same. You're trying to communicate to prospects who are actively looking for what you're selling, and do it in a way that resonates with them and connects with them.
Yeah, I find it for myself anyway, I find it a little bit difficult. I'm not a marketing person. I can't do it. I mean, I'm not that I can't do it. I can do it if I set my mind to it, but it's not one of the things that sits comfortably with me. And I'd rather let someone else do it for me, because they're better at it than me. And, it's like a mathematician. I mean, I don't like anything to do with numbers. It doesn't suit me at all.
Yes.
But I can build a website like no one's business, as long as I've got the plugins and the pictures and the words.
Exactly,
I'm happy.
exactly.
I can do it, but numbers don't take me there.
Yeah, but then like anything in business, it's then about establishing the right KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. So for me, with a lot of the clients that I deal with doing strategy consulting, for me, one of the biggest issues is ideas, and then it's setting the KPIs. And so for my main website, I literally look at 3 KPIs a day, which is revenue, traffic, or visitors, right? And then revenue for visitors, which I've got set on the spreadsheet that calculates automatically, right? Because I know to hit my income goal, I need a certain amount of visitors. I need a certain amount of visitors making a certain amount of money per visitor, right? For me to hit my goal. And so I look at those 3, and then another thing that I look at weekly is rankings. So where I'm appearing in Google or search engines for certain keywords. Pardon me. And I use a fantastic piece of software called Rank Tracker, which I just put the keywords in, I click one button, and it updates every week. And it's just a matter of then copying and pasting it across to my keyword planner, which is, again, is just really simple Google Sheets. So for me, it really is about establishing KPIs and then trying to figure out how you can improve them. But I think, it's like anything, what is your business target? So a lot of people have a revenue target or a profit target. And again, you can apply that online. And I think
Okay.
that's kind of how you can break it down in a way.
All right. So I guess you know, starting in to market your business digitally, if you've been a land-based business forever and ever, and now with all the lockdowns and everything, you've been forced out of no choice of your own to go online. How do they start?
So the best thing that I can think of is probably just get a really simple website that describes what you do, where you're based, and how to contact you. Right? Just think really, really simple. Okay, and then get a Google Map listing, which is free. I think it's Google. If you just Google My Business, you can then link it yourself, right? Get a Facebook page, and then it depends on your business, but things like Pinterest or Instagram or even Twitter are really, really good. And then it's about making connections. So if you say you're a plumber, just because it's nice and simple, the best way probably if you're having to go online, you're probably still able to go out and do work, but you may not have the facilities like real estate agents who are open who can refer you business. So you're a bit out in the cold. But because most plumbers are middle-aged and they're a bit digitally unfriendly, by having a website and going onto, say, Twitter and looking for networks of influence in your area, so there might be local groups in your area, your local chambers of commerce, and by hooking in with them and saying, these are the plumbing services that I offer, is there any way we can work together? You can immediately start to make contacts, and then you can immediately start to get more referral work through that. And by people then referring, hopefully then start to get reviews on Google, which then will push your listing up and will help your website. So that's one way of doing things. Another way of doing things is then answering really, really common questions. So if you're a plumber, you probably get asked the same 20 questions every week. You're probably sick to your back teeth about getting asked them, right? But you can turn them into blog posts. So things like, how do I find my stopcock, right? Which is the main kind of valve to have all your water.
You being rude or something?
No. but so things like that, or how do I know that I need a boiler survey, right? Things like that you get asked all the time. Turn it into a blog post, track that keyword, and within time you should be getting referrals from Google to your website, which then should convert into actual business. And so it's just thinking about it strategically. Lots of people think wrongly that they can just set up a website and then that's job done. And it's no, you have to either have a good content strategy, and content strategy, which is primarily got to do with my clients, is set a good schedule. So if you can only focus on writing a blog post every other week or once a month, fantastic. Just be consistent with it. Again, as I know you all know from being in the business for a long time, the number one thing, why have you been successful? Because you're consistent, right? And so if you can write a blog post every week or every other week or every month, but be consistent with it and just try and answer really, really common user queries in a way that's easy to read, that gets to the point, and it has a nice call to action at the bottom that says, if you're looking for a plumber or whatever, click here, and that takes you to the contact page, which you can fill out the form, or you can phone them, or you can get onto contacting them in some other way. So again, it's just thinking really, really simply, being really strategic with it and keeping everything up to date and not making it look like a ghost town. Because so many people, I know you've seen this, you've seen Facebook pages that haven't been updated for 18 months, and you're thinking,
oh yeah, I think people send me friend requests and they've not put a comment on their personal post, a personal page, profile page for over a year. Why am I going to friend you? My God,
right, exactly.
Absolutely. Who the hell are you?
Yeah. And so, it's the same thing. People are now looking for those indicators, right, online before they book a business because they're scared and they're concerned that people aren't COVID friendly or haven't updated their policies to be COVID friendly. Whereas if it's like you've been tweeting or you've been updating your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever for the last 18 months, people immediately go, right, they're COVID safe, right, I can book them. And so it's just being a bit switched on, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah, especially nowadays. It wasn't so much, 3 years ago, but the last 18 months it's been horrendous for everybody.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any better anytime soon, I don't think.
No, but I do think it's been a great opportunity for people that want to embrace digital or want to embrace new ways of marketing themselves. It's been a great opportunity because unless you're running a fixed venue like a wedding venue, which there's no way around it, or you're running a holiday park, which there's no way to save your business, unfortunately. Most people can digitally transform their business into a way that provides them with customers or provides them with referrals that will empower them, maybe 6 months down the line when everything starts to reopen properly, where they can hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And the people that haven't put in that groundwork are just be sat there waiting for the phone to ring. And it's that whole thing, isn't it?
It is.
You want the phone to ring. And it's now, if you've got a quiet period now, use that time to do something to push yourself forward in 6 months' time.
Good plan. Now, okay, so tell me about these. How many ebooks have you written?
So I've written, I think, about 30.
Oh my goodness. Are they on any platform where people can access them?
So they're on Kindle and they're on Google Books. So yeah, if you want to learn how to play guitar better, go and buy the books. It's nice and simple.
Okay, so are they under Ashley Saunders or AJ Saunders or?
They're so you can get ashleyjsaunders.com and it's all on there.
ashleyjsaunders.com. Do you hear that,
Fantastic.
everyone? You've got to go and have a squeeze at his 30 ebooks. My goodness, I don't know anyone who's written 30 ebooks. You're the first person I've met. Don't you have a wife?
No, of course not.
Sorry, that was a bit of a personal question.
It's fine. I'm a nerd. Come on.
Okay, so they can find you on LinkedIn and Ashley Saunders 88, and they can find you on Instagram at _J_Saunders.
Yep.
And obviously on your website, which you've just said, it is AJS Digital Group .co.uk. So they can find you there.
Absolutely.
4 places, and your 30 ebooks.
Exactly. And the other thing, I'm far more active, I think, on Instagram than I am on anything else. And so if you follow me and send me a message, as long as it's a sensible message, I will respond. I get lots of hi from people that look very suspicious, and so I don't respond to those people. But I've met some incredible people on Instagram, and so I'm always willing to, if I can help, great. If you go to ajsdigital.co.uk and click the consultancy package, if you go to the bottom of the page, you can then book me for 15 minutes, which is free to do. If you have a digital marketing question, more than happy to answer it. Book a call, we'll jump on Zoom, and more than happy to help.
Excellent stuff. So, any wise words you can go? You got like 10 minutes yet, so go on.
10 minutes. Okay. So I just encourage people to think digitally, to build a good plan. If they want to build a blog, come and talk to me because I can help them build out a blog, or they can buy the course. I would say, if coronavirus hasn't changed your business and you haven't had to think in new marketing ways, I think now is the time to think about how you can get that edge on your competition. Because if you're not thinking, they're probably not thinking, but you're smarter than the average person because you listen to this great podcast, right? And so, I just encourage you to think about how you can do business in a different way, how you can accept the last nearly 2 years have been really, really tough, but toughness creates opportunities, and also toughness creates resilience, and resilience is a skill we all need in life and in business. And actually, if you accept that you have to become more resilient because you just have to, that may be a skill that your competition haven't embraced, and maybe that will then be the death knell for them in the next year or two. And again, if you put the right things in place now, in a year or two, you'll be so far much more ahead that you won't even notice that they failed. You'd just motoring, won't you? I think that's the key kind of thing to do. And again, with digital, like everything, it's consistency. If you're consistent, you'll get that much further ahead. Whereas if you spurt and start, you're never going to get anywhere, and you get far more frustrated, aren't you, before you actually see any real progress. So yeah, so I would just say, be digitally transformed by coronavirus, be consistent, think about new marketing ways that you can promote your business and you can promote what you do. Think about how you can produce content, or how you can promote, so how you can get on podcasts like what we're doing right now to promote your business, or how you can even start a podcast. Because a lot of people don't think about that, do they? They don't think about, hey, I can start a podcast and interview people in my industry, and it creates a win-win for everybody, because I learned something, they can teach me something, and they can learn something from me, hopefully, and we can promote our businesses, and we can also promote our businesses on Google and all the other search engines, which makes us more easy to find, makes us more easy to be discovered, which makes it easier for customers to discover us. Again, pushing ahead of the competition. And so that's what I think. I think now more than ever it's a great time to embrace digital. It's a great time to get your business online. And it's a great time to start thinking about how, the next couple of years and how that's really going to be transformative in terms of where we've come from and where I think we're going.
Yeah, I think this is our new normal.
Exactly.
Old normal is gone, and we'll never see it again. And that's a good thing too, because I think people became too complacent and just went on their merry little way and didn't think about much of anything else. And now they're having to actually use their brain now to think about how they're going to get themselves out of this little pickle that we're all in. So
but I think that's good, because I think the people that become more resilient and become smarter, if you like, through this are the ones that will survive, and the ones that just kind of say, well, no, this is how we've always done it, are surely going to fail.
Yeah, the old war horses, yes.
So I think the other thing to really encourage people is to think about what skills you've developed in the last kind of 2, maybe even 5 years, and try and write a list of skills that you've learned and see how they're transferable into other areas of your business or other areas of your life. So, for example, with me, I've been working with a productivity coach since the beginning of the year, a lovely woman called Christina, who has basically taught me how to make processes in my business to make me redundant, essentially, or to make my time more kind of more valuable, and I'm able to spend time doing things that are more valuable to the business than I am, in terms of doing the grunt work. And that to me has been absolutely transformative. And actually, I was doing something on a website where I was rolling out a new keyword plan, and I was just doing it. And after the first couple that were really difficult to do, I thought, if Christina was here, she would slap me around the face and would say, write out a process. So I wrote out a process, and then if by magic, everything was so much easier. And so it's one of these skills that I've learned this year. Now I'm thinking, okay, right, how can I apply that to every aspect of the business that I then can make myself even more redundant, have a much easier life and make more money?
Yeah, see, I don't write. I don't have a process for the things I do, because I don't do them the same way twice. Very bad, very bad. Very bad.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody that.
I won't tell anyone. Don't worry. That's your
mistake. And really, I am the one who pushes for other people to do processes and procedures,
right.
SOPs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't do them myself, No. It's a bit like the mechanic who's got a bomb of a car and, fixes everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, that's me.
or the electrician with the dodgy sockets. Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
Lovely.
It's been a really great pleasure to speak with you, Ashley.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I've had an absolute ball. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We'll talk again soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Bye-bye.
Take care now. Bye-bye.